Hello, I hope you're having a wonderful day. This is going to be just a quick read of a small article from Our State Magazine, which is a magazine that focuses on North Carolina. And again, it's called Our State. And I printed this off the internet, and it's an article about 12 North Carolina small town holiday traditions that we love. And we, of course, is Our State Magazine. And I just thought it was interesting. I read through this, and I've been to, I believe, every one of these towns at least once, but I've never had the pleasure of participating in any of these traditions. But after reading this, I would very much like to do that. I didn't know about any of them before I read this, so I thought I would share it with you. So we're going to read about 12 small town North Carolina holidays, traditions. Okay, we have this little introductory sentence here. Burgs and boroughs across the state honor their histories, foods, fauna, and flotillas with annual rituals. Go ahead, shoot an oyster. An all-out small-town charm during the holiday season. And this was written by Rachel Duane. I have a picture here of the Christmas trees and the wind and the snow swirling around them. The first one is Canapolis, North Carolina, and they have the Night Parade. Anyone in Canapolis is familiar with the transformation of Village Park each December. What makes this winter wonderland of lights different from other town celebrations? A nighttime parade featuring the Canapolis Singing Bears, who, throughout the month of December, perform every hour on the hour from 6 to 9 p.m. Which I had never heard of that. A night parade sounds interesting. And up here they have each one of these has a little graphic, a little image. And here we have a bear with some sort of musical instruments like a bass or something. And he's wearing a suit. Okay, the next one is Oriental, North Carolina. And their tradition is Spirit of Christmas. Experience a small town miracle in Oriental where the choruses and brass bands, open houses and Yuletide feasts, live nativity, Santa Mobile, flotilla, and on-foot parade make for a whole season's worth of celebrating in a single weekend. A good thing, too, because after experiencing the lighting of 3,000 luminaries across town, we're ready for our winter snap. In Swansboro, North Carolina, and here we have the picture of the boats. Swansboro has the Christmas Flotilla. North Carolina's most graceful parade, the Swansboro Flotilla, makes 3 passes by the city. Vessels decked in tinsel and lights sail from the high-rise bridge at Emerald Isle down the White Oak River and reach the port of Swansboro. So pictures of the boats, and they'll be all decorated for Christmas. And number 4 is a town that I'm familiar with. It's near where I grew up, and it's called Mount Gilead. Now, if you live in the area, you do not pronounce it that way. It's easy to tell people who are from there, from that immediate area, because they don't pronounce it Mount Gilead. It's actually pronounced Mount Gilead. If you're from there, you say Mount Gilead. That's how it's pronounced. Christmas for the birds. And I actually grew up near there and did not know anything about this, but I do know about Town Creek Indian Mound. I've been there many times. The ceremony comes from the soil at Town Creek Indian Mound, where Native Americans once centered their spiritual traditions and lives, and where a group still gathers each Christmas time to fashion a homemade gift to nature. Mount Gilead invites all to participate in covering pine cones with suet and birdseed, and then hanging the edible ornaments on branches for our oft-forgotten feathered friends. That's a picture of a swan. And I was not familiar with that. I had no idea they did that. Number 5 is Rodanthe, North Carolina, the town of 2 Christmases. And here's the description of that. In 1752, when the British Empire switched from the Julian calendar to the Gregorian, 11 days had to be dropped from the year. Hatteras Island still celebrates the old Christmas in Rodanthe, with an oyster shoot and roast, a pageant, and candy pools. And my mother's family also used to celebrate Old Christmas. It's like the first week of January. They wouldn't do anything big, but they would still recognize Old Christmas, which was in January. And most places don't do that anymore. Actually, when my younger son heard about Old Christmas, he got really excited and hopeful and thought maybe that meant we could revive the tradition and he could get presents in December and January. I said, no such luck. Okay, number 6 is Spencer, North Carolina, and having a son who loves trains. I've been here many times with him. They have the Santa train, and this one, actually, I did know about this one. We haven't done it though. The Santa train. During the Great Depression in North Carolina, a time when Christmas would have otherwise been presentless, the employees of Southern Railway gave children a treat. Handing out oranges to the wee ones gathered alongside the railroad lines circa 1930, Spencer's Railway employees established the tradition of a Christmas token that's still observed today at the North Carolina Transportation Museum. At the end of the Polar Express train ride, each child receives a silver bell. Here they have the picture of the train, and we have the 2 cars full of oranges. And I've been to Spencer. They have stuff going on all the time, with partnering with the Transportation Museum. We've been on several train rides there, out where you go to Spencer and ride the train. It's a lot of fun. Now this is Troy, North Carolina. I'm also familiar with Troy, but I'm ashamed to say I did not know about this. They have, and I even know about this church, the Shiloh Christmas Tea. Now Shiloh is spelled S-H-I-L-O-H. It's a Native American origin. Shiloh Christmas Tea. And I know where Shiloh Church is too. In an oak grove, and Troy is a town about that big. But it's really cool. I heard that Andy Griffith's first wife was from Troy, but I don't know if that's true or not. In an oak grove just north of Troy, a little wood frame church rings in the Christmas season with a simplicity that these days seems nearly extinct. Decorations made from nature only, sticks, leaves, and boughs, preserve the plain, sacred feel of the historic Shiloh Church, while a fireplace, sugar cookies, and the sanctuary's namesake Shiloh tea provide warmth and comfort during a reading of the Christmas story. And Shiloh Church is a very, very old church. And it's up near, I believe it's up near the community of Lovejoy, which is outside of Troy. Really, really neat place. Very, very old. Okay, number 8 is Chimney Rock, North Carolina. Santa climbs the chimney. How is Santa able to climb down millions of chimneys around the world in a single night? He practices. Every year, on 2 training days in December, he heads to the Hickory Nut Gorge, 25 miles southeast of Asheville, scales the 315-foot chimney rock, and rappels safely back down again. As usual, his trusty elves are on hand to assist. Oh, that's cool. Oh, Edenton is a beautiful place. If you ever get a chance to go, it's in the eastern part of North Carolina. Edenton is a beautiful town. Just beautiful. Lots of historic places to visit there. And here's Santa at Chimney Rock. Edenton, North Carolina. Wassail Bowl Celebration at Cupola House. With glass mugs raised high, be well and in good health is the message from members of the Cupola House Association to visitors enjoying homemade cookies and a hot cider. It's one stop among many on Edenton's annual tour of homes, but very possibly home to the longest-running tradition of hospitality itself. Oh, there are so many beautiful places to see in Edenton. It's just such a pretty little town. And here's the wassail in the bowl. Number 10 is Kinston, North Carolina, which is where Jamie Presley, who played Joy in My Name is Earl, grew up in Kinston. The Boar's Head and Yule Log Festival. This Yuletide tradition arrives at St. Mary's Episcopal Church from a time when Englishmen killed boars for banquets, and Christians shared a feast symbolizing Christ's victory over sin. Today, llamas and chickens, lords and ladies share the stage with Mary and Joseph in a church meets banquet meets circus production. I don't know anything about that one. Forest City, North Carolina. The brightest lights. The local Santa keeps his beard Christmas ready at all times, so it's no surprise that the Christmas lights in Forest City stay up year-round because, well, there's 500,000 of them at least. And why not be reminded of this scene all year long? A steady stream of cars on small-town streets, their passengers with noses pressed to the windows, captivated by the North Carolina glow. See, I didn't know anything about most of these traditions. The only one I did know about was the Christmas train at Spencer. And finally, number 12 is Clayton, North Carolina, Christmas tree lighting. The Christmas tree lighting is a quintessential small-town tradition. Picturesque as Whoville with its merry whoos, short, tall, old, young, swaying hand in hand. Clayton's tree lighting, which appropriately celebrates its 25th anniversary this year, too, boasts a singing mayor, a sky-high 30-foot tree, and that moment synonymous with Christmas itself when dark turns to light. And again, we have the picture of the tree. And here's Rachel Dwayne. And it says Rachel Dwayne is the editorial assistant at Our State. And that's it. Our State is a wonderful magazine. If you are interested in North Carolina, or I know a lot of people who have moved out of the state and they subscribe to Our State magazine because they have articles in there all the time about, big cities, small towns, little tiny areas all over the state, and they have some of the most beautiful photography and some of the greatest articles. And I think it is a wonderful magazine. They do a great job with it. I think it only comes out every quarter. I think there are 4 a year. So every 3 months or so you get a new one. I am not currently subscribing to it, but I've thought about getting a subscription to it. But they have really, really neat articles and stuff. So if you're interested in North Carolina, or if you're from North Carolina and you want to keep up with stuff and read about the state, it's called Our State Magazine. And I'm not being paid to endorse them. I just really honestly like the magazine that much. It's just wonderful. They have beautiful pictures and everything. And it's just fascinating. So anyway, this came from Our State. And it's, again, the 12 North Carolina small town holiday traditions that they picked. And that was, let's name the towns again. Canapolis was number 1. Oriental was number 2. Swansboro was number 3. Gilead was number 4. Number 5 was Rodanthe. Number 6 was Spencer. Number 7 was Troy. 8 was Chimney Rock. 9 was Edenton. Very charming town. They have the neatest bed and breakfast there. It's just, oh my God. You have to see it to believe it. Number 10 is Kinston. 11 is Forest City. And number 12 is Clayton. So thank you so much for watching. And, if you're interested in Christmas traditions, you can look around in your area, and I'm sure that there are things like this going on in your area as well, that you could participate in if you want to. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good day.